Thank you for joining me for a Ghosh Flow yoga class. We're going to follow the 26 and 2 sequence of yoga, but add in optional sun salutes as well as posture variations. And this yoga class is meant to pay homage to Bishnu Ghosh out of Calcutta, India, who had a sequence of 84 asanas that inspired Bikram and the 26 and 2 yoga sequence. It's meant to be fun. It's fast paced. If at any point something does not feel right for your body, remember that you can modify posture, you can do something else, or you can skip it entirely. Especially this class, just have fun, take it easy, do what feels good, take what works for you, leave the rest. We're going to start with 2 rounds of pranayama, standing deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Bring your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly push your head back. Reach your arms forward. Keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Elbows touch, pointing to the wall in front of you. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up as you exhale. Open your mouth wide like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Contract your quadricep muscles, squeeze your gluteal muscles, suck your stomach in. Exhale, head up. Weight stays in the heels. Just the head drops back. No backward bending. Reach the arms forward. Push elbows together to touch. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. This is the last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Change, arms down. You can roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together, interlock your 10 fingers, cross the thumbs, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Bring all of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue. Squeeze your thighs and glutes, stomach in. Grow taller out of the base of your spine and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly push your head back. Reach your arms forward. Keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full lungs. Exhale, head up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Elbows touch. 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath with your body movements. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, I'll do a few with you. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, strongest one so far. Exhale. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down. Great. We'll continue Ardha Chandrasana with Padasana, half moon with hands to feet pose, which we'll also flow into a little bit of a sun salute. I'll walk you through all of it. Feet together, inhale, arms up, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight white knuckle grip, stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, press your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears, suck your stomach in. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Good, without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Keep the weight in your heels, hips a little forward, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip a little forward to get your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Option to stay here or get a little deeper at the end. Come down, push and push and push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Hips forward, arms back, engage your abdominal wall, big stretch up, and slowly bend to the left. Press your hips to the right. Continue to breathe through your nose. If at any point in class you're holding your breath, you can't breathe, or you have to breathe through your mouth, that's a sign to do a little bit less. We want to flood the body with oxygen the whole time. Now, there might be a few back bends where you can't do deep belly breaths, like the next posture, and that's okay, but we're never like holding our breath or panting, right? The other cool thing about focusing on your breath is you can actually use it to get deeper into postures. So on the inhale breath, lengthen your arms, and on the exhale breath, lock your legs. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. First back bend of the day. I'll show you from the side. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you, squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push, stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward. Squeeze your palms together up to the wrists and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale to come up, big stretch up, decompress the spine. Exhale, stomach in, bend your knees, fold. Hands to floor, relax your head. Go for a walk. Ooh, my hamstrings are tight. Move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes, with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Keep pulling, keep stretching, keep breathing. Roll forward, hips up, knees back, pull and stretch. You're going to release the grip from underneath your feet or the backs of your legs. Take an inhale through your nose, lengthen your legs, and lift halfway to a back flat position. You can have your hands on your thighs. Your shins are the floor in front of you. We're moving into a sun salute. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor, shoulder width distance, and step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, push up into a back bend. You can do Cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. All this feels really good, and it's a nice way to feel grounded. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen back into your halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, relax your head. Inhale, look forward, back flat, arms with your ears, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Feet together, second set. Inhale, arms up, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, nice tight grip, hips forward, arms back, stomach in, stretch up, and slowly bend to the right, press your hips to the left, breathe. Use your right hand to pull your left hand to the top right corner of the room, press your left heel into the floor, press your right heel into the floor, get a little deeper at the end, come down, push, chin up, come down, push, weight in the heels, come down, push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Imagine you could lean against a wall behind you, engage your core, big stretch up, and slowly bend to the left, press your hips to the right. Notice if your hands are coming apart, squeeze your palms together up to the wrists. Notice if elbows or knees are bending, lock the arms and legs, then the spine can move, come down, push, and push, and push. Change, inhale to come up, second heart opener, keep your eyes open, relax your head back, squeeze your tush, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Whole spine back bending, whole front of the body stretching, keep the weight in your heels, engage your gluteal muscles, lift your chest, push stomach, thighs, hips forward, push your hands away from your face, arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back. More back, change, inhale to come up, stretch, stomach in, exhale, fold, going in and out with a flat back, hands to floor, drop your head, go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head, and second set, bend your knees, you can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Maybe in the second set, you start to lock your legs, maybe not, right? A little bit goes a long way, wrap the elbows back and roll forward, find your edge, push the big toes down, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your legs. Change, inhale into a halfway lift. Again, you can have hands on thighs, shins or the floor in front of you. Exhale, bend your knees, hands to floor, step back into your plank or tabletop. You are welcome to go from your plank or tabletop directly into a down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, take a chaturanga, lean forward, hug your elbows in, pull yourself down to the floor, hover above the floor, and then push yourself up into a back bend. Again, you can do cobra or up dog. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips down for child's pose. So there's lots of options in the sun salutes. We'll do several sun salutes throughout class. You're welcome to switch up what you're doing. So maybe, in one of them you do child's pose, one of them you do down dog, one of them plank, one of them tabletop, right? Just switch it up. Variety is the spice of life. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, hands together, lift up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Great, we'll do that one more time. Harder, better, faster, stronger. Feet together, arms up, palms together. This time only your thumbs cross. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, drop to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, come on up, stop in the middle, stretch up, and drop to the left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, come on up, back bend, eyes open, drop your head back and go back. Change, stretch up, stomach in, fold, and right away grab the backs of your legs, your heels from behind, pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, try to lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change, inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your plank or tabletop, keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale into your cobra or up dog. Exhale into your child's pose or down dog. If you're doing child's pose, try to get your hips to your heels. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If your heels don't touch the floor in down dog, open up your step a little bit so that your feet are wider than your hips. And if you have tight hamstrings, you can micro bend your knees to take weight away from the backs of the legs. Otherwise, press your thighs back, heels down, push the floor away from you. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root your eyes, lift up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Beautiful. Okay, next we'll do awkward Ukatasana. Step your right foot to the right, about 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet parallel like 11s. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor, tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together, fingers in line with your collarbones or your shoulders. Reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat, spine straight, weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, suck your stomach in, lean your upper body back, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Come on up, keep your arms there, press your hips forward, spread your toes wide, come up maximum on your tippy toes. Stretch up. up, bend your knees, sit down, lean back, touch your head and hips to a wall behind you, heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, last part, come on up, still breathing, squeeze your knees together, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body, squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight. Change, slowly come up. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down, optional sun salute, inhale, arms up, exhale, fold, inhale, lengthen, exhale, hands to floor. This time, if you'd like, you can try floating back. So if you'd like to try that, you're gonna hop back and land with your elbows bent. So rather than landing in plank, you are landing in your chaturanga. It'll look like this, right? You land with the elbows bent, lower down. Inhale, come up into your cobra or up dog. Remember, you can switch it up. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. Either way, spread your fingers wide, press your knuckles down. So especially if you're in down dog, you're not putting all of your body weight on your wrists. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Great, let's do second set of our awkward series. Getting awkward, step your right foot to the right, hip width distance, not too big of a step. This time, if you'd like, bring your hands together at heart center. We'll do some optional fun variations in the second set. Keep in mind, everything is optional. Pull your abdomen in, lift your chest, bend your knees, sit back and down, press palms together. Option to stay here or take left elbow to outer right knee and twist, look up towards the ceiling, thumbs in the center of your sternum. Option to stay here or reach your right arm up and left arm down, left rib cage forward, right rib cage back. Good, hands back together in prayer, unwind, other side, still sitting low. Take right elbow outside of left knee and twist, look up towards the ceiling. And if you'd like, left arm up, right arm down. Move your hips a little to the right. So your hips are even, it's the spine twisting. Good, bring your hands back together at heart center. Unwind and change. Beautiful. Push yourself up. Now lift your heels, stretch up, sit down. In the second set, if you'd like, fold forward. So stick your butt out a little bit. And if you want, bring your hands back behind you, palms facing in, squeeze shoulder blades, scapula together. See if you can sit down, thighs parallel to the floor. Very nice. Change, balance challenge. Keep your heels lifted. Bring your arms up to parallel, squeeze your knees together and slowly sit down. Good for you. Arms do the counterbalance here, stay light and lifted. Keep the chest proud, shoulders soft, jaw relaxed. If you can sit all the way down, you have healthy knees and you'd like to test your balance and control, come up 1 inch and hold. Come up 1 inch and hold. Good, and change. Slowly push the floor away from you. Good for you. Heels down, right foot back, arms down. Another optional sun salute. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen, connect to the breath. Exhale, hands to floor, step or float back. Remember, if you're floating back, you land with elbows bent, lower down. Inhale, push up into your back bend. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. Take a slow inhale through your nose. And a slow exhale through your nose. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with the ears lift up. We're going to go into our eagle pose. Exhale, swing right arm under left arm, right elbow under left elbow, palms together, thumbs towards your nose. You can also interlace fingers or grab shoulders. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, hips into a chair, lean back and bring your right leg over your left leg, right leg over left leg, cross your legs, twist like ropes. Eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back, bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes, sit back and down, upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms up, left side, swing left arm, under right arm, left under right, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pull elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, lean back, keep your hips low, and bring left leg over right leg. Eventually wrap your left foot behind your right calf muscle. Move your right hip a little forward, left shoulder a little forward. You want wrists, elbows, knees, and ankles all in one line. To sit down more, you can stick your butt out and fold forward, and then lean your upper body back. Good, change feet together, arms up. Optional sun salute, exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale your back bend. Exhale your down dog or child's pose. Take a breath here. Slow inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. We're going to do arms and legs at once. Here we go. Second set eagle. Exhale, right arm under left arm, right leg over left leg. Say that again. Right arm under left arm, right leg over left leg. Both at once. Push the top leg into the bottom leg. If your foot is wrapping, try to eliminate the gap between left ankle and right calf muscle. Sit a little lower. Breathe a little slower. Upper body back. I might sneeze. Change feet together. Oh gosh. Oh, okay, can't quite sneeze. Let's do the left side. Sorry, that was really unattractive. Bring your left arm under your right arm, left leg over right leg. For whatever reason, whenever I declare that I'm going to sneeze, it somehow then psychologically stays in my body, which is really obnoxious. Bring your knees to the left, upper body to the right. Sorry for that distraction. Move your weight back into your heels. Sit down more, pull the elbows down, suck your stomach in, lean back, hold and breathe. Change feet together, arms up. We're going to go into 2 half sun salutes. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. These half sun salutes are great alternatives for full sun salutes. Inhale, lengthen into your halfway lift. Exhale and fold again. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, arms down. One more half sun salute. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. These are especially great if you have like a shoulder, wrist, or elbow injury. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold, because you still get the motion and the breath without putting weight on the upper body. Inhale, arms with your ears, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. So if at any point the sun salutes are not feeling right for your body, remember that you can always do the half sun salutes instead. Okay, balancing series. We're going to flow from standing head to knee to standing bow. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, round down and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. If you have a grip on your foot and you know your left leg is locked, no bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathing slowly, gently, lift your right leg up. Good, stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower, standing leg locked. If both legs lock, bend your elbows down, touch elbows to calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, arms straight, bend the right leg, going into standing bow pose, stomach in, lift your chest, point your right toes, bring your knees together. Right hand up, out to the right, reach back, pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle, left arm up, bicep with ear. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin and chest, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your right leg back and up. Take your time. Keep your chin and chest lifted. Slide the left shoulder forward, right shoulder back. Continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. Kick from your glute, kick from your hamstring, kick from your calf and come down. Body down more, leg up more. Reach forward, kick and kick and kick. Change slowly. Kick yourself up. Ooh, that feels good. Feet together, arms down. Let's do the right side. Shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze right thigh tight. Lift your left leg up, toes back, stomach in, round down, and pick up your left foot. Take it slow. Standing leg should be solid. Concrete one-piece lamp post, unbroken. No knee, inhale, lift your left leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Press your heel forward, flex your toes back, contract your inner thigh as well as your outer thigh. Lift your right kneecap, hold and breathe. Change, arms straight, bend the left leg, engage abdominal wall, lift up, point your left toes, knees together, left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot, right arm up and back, left hip forward and down, hips in line. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes, lift your chin and shoulders, stretch up, and slowly kick into your hand. Simultaneously charge your body forward. All 5 fingers together, thumb with index finger, Palm of right hand faces the floor. Get your right arm exactly parallel to the floor. Right shoulder forward, left shoulder back. You're kicking in two directions. You're kicking back and you're kicking up. If you're falling out, just hold still and breathe. Once you've got the balance, then come down. Body down to parallel. Body down more, leg up more. Reach your right arm forward. Kick all the way up to the ceiling. Change slowly. Kick yourself up. Feet together, arms down. Hold still. Take a breath. Good for you. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, round down. So in standing head to knee, we're rounding our spine, compressing our abdominal wall, flexing the kicking foot. Inhale, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down, tuck chin to chest. Put your forehead on your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Bring your head up, arms straight, bend the right leg, lift your chest, point your toes, knees together, both arms at once, standing bow, left arm up, right arm back, lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. So again, in standing head to knee, we rounded the spine, compressed the abdomen, and flexed the kicking foot. In standing bow, we're bending the spine, stretching the abdomen, and pointing the kicking foot. These are complementary postures. Slide your shoulders apart, body down, leg up, kick, 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 change, kick up with control. Good. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot. Lift your left leg up, toes back, stomach in, round down, pick up your foot. Concentrate and meditate. Let the rest of the day go. Have a little bit of fun here. Inhale, lift your left leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, tuck chin to chest. Put your forehead on your knee. Eventually, you might even let go of your foot with your hands and try to keep your knee and head together. Slowly bring your head up, arms straight. Bend the left leg, point your toes, knees together, both arms at once. Right arm up, left arm back, lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin and shoulders, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. So by doing these postures back to back, of course, we're building endurance, a little bit more cardiovascular, a little bit more strength training, but we're also noting how these are complementary postures, right? Going from spinal extension to spinal compression. Bring the body down more, leg up more, charge your body forward, eventually shoulder and chin touch, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up. Okay, come to the back of your mat, Tula Dandasana, balancing stick, feet together, inhale, arms up, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back, stretch up. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch, squeeze your butts and come down. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Body down more, leg up more, stretch, stretch, stretch. Nice, change, left foot down, really good. Right foot back, lean back, stretch up, step your left foot forward, lock both legs, stretch, and tilt. Charge your body forward, try to touch the wall in front of you, shoulder blade, scapula stretching away from the body, arms with the ears, chest down, chin forward, lift your right leg up. Change, right foot down, left foot back, float your arms down. Second set, you can do balancing stick. You can also try another fun posture called split arm, which I will show you from the side. It's a little bit of a standing splits. Feet together, arms up, palms together, only cross your thumbs. Lean back, stretch up, stomach in. Right foot steps forward, lock both legs, stretch, and tilt. Come on down. Once you are parallel to the floor, split your arms up and back and keep coming down. Keep your chin away from your chest, bring the stomach down and the left big toe all the way up to the ceiling. Change, slowly left foot down, arms up, right foot back, lean back. Step your left foot forward, lock both legs, stretch, and tilt. So you want to come down, arms with the ears. Once you're parallel, split the arms up and back. Do a back bend here, so keep your chin and chest lifted, but try to touch your stomach to your thigh. Lift your right leg up as high as you can. Change, right foot down, left foot back, optional sun salute here. Inhale, look up, exhale, fold,
Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale your back bend, again doing cobra or up dog. Exhale into your hip and spine stretch. You can do child's pose or down dog. Take a slow inhale through your nose, reconnecting to your breath. And a slow exhale through your nose, practicing breath control even with an elevated heart rate. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, a nice generous step, arms down parallel to the floor. If you need to adjust which way you are facing, you are welcome to do so. Separate leg series, starting with standing separate leg stretching. You can turn your toes in or point your toes forward, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. This is a great opportunity to catch your breath. Lots of options. You can have your hands on the floor in front of you. You can grab the outsides of your feet, or you can grab your heels from behind. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees, first the legs stretching, then the hips stretching, lower spine, full body stretching, 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor, in between your feet. Good. On your next inhale, you're going to look forward, release any grip you have from the backs of your legs, and place your hands on the floor in front of you. Exhale here. Great. Walk your feet back closer together. We're going to go into what's called Garland Pose or Malasana. Bring your heels in and your toes out. So toes out, heels in. And from here, you're going to bend your knees and start to sit down. Now, depending on your body proportions, you might want a much bigger step than what I have. My body proportions, smaller step works, but for a lot of people, you want like 2 to 3 feet between your heels. So just keep that in mind. If your heels are way off the floor and you're leaning forward, that's really normal. Slowly over time, with the help of a little bit of intention as well as gravity, the heels sink down. If you've got your heels on the floor, hands together, press the elbows out, lift the chest up. And if this is all gravy, only then you're going to point your toes forward so the insides of your feet are parallel. So a great hip opener. And this is actually, sometimes in yoga, there's certain like ranges of motions that are not accessible for everyone. This is actually a range of motion that like a lot of people around the world of all different like sizes and ages and backgrounds do. We just don't really do it a lot in America. So if this is really hard for you, that's normal. Just like do it 5 minutes every day while you're watching TV, and slowly over time, the hips and knees open up. I actually have 2 friends who are partners and practice yoga, and sometimes one of them will send me a picture of the other one practicing this while watching TV every night. So I'm not kidding about that. Okay, on your hand, put your hands on the floor in front of you, lift your hips up, turn your heels back out, toes in, and then take a wider stance here, going back into more of like a 26-2 stance. So wider stance, lock your legs, bring your arms out to parallel, change, slowly come up. We're gonna float a triangle trikonasana. Press your hips forward, lean back, turn your right foot out, left toes in, bend your right knee, lunge, sit down low, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Tilt your upper body to a 45-degree angle. So you're not collapsing down, but you're also not staying all the way lifted. Push your left hip forward and down, push your right knee back with the help of your elbow, look up and stretch up, turn, twist upper body back like spine twisting posture, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor, change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, 2 heels in line, inhale, bend your left knee and lunge, sit down, lean back and move your arms. I've been taking it easy in this posture recently, not going like to my deepest depths of the posture. And I believe that that's part of a long-term yoga practice is, you know, sometimes we ease off on a certain posture that doesn't feel great with the knowledge that it'll come back eventually, right? So we're not forcing the body, but we're also not giving up. Look up, stretch up, sit down more, chest up more, turn and twist. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in, right toes out. Second set of triangle, we're gonna do a different style of triangle. Move your hips to the left, stretch your upper body to the right and come down. Both legs locked. You can have your right hand on your knee, your shin, your ankle, maybe even tent your fingers and put your fingers on the floor in front of you. Reach your left arm up, look up and stretch up. Bikram's version of triangle, what we do in 26-2 yoga with the knee bent, is really unique to our style of yoga. Most other styles of yoga will refer to this shape that we're making as triangle trikonasana. Option to stay here or bend your right knee, going back into that lunge. Take your right hand behind you, try to pat your own butt, and then reach your your left hand, eventually hands clasp behind you. Walk your feet back together, shift your weight to your left foot and lift up. This is called Bird of Paradise. If you can lift up, which takes a few tries, point your right toes and kick. Eventually both legs locked. And if you're familiar with the flower Bird of Paradise, you might be able to see why it's called that. Oop, I'm falling out. Good. When you're ready, bring your right foot back down to the floor, point the right toes to the right, take a bigger step, lock your left leg. Undo the bind, right fingertips to floor, straighten the right leg, left arm up to the ceiling, press heels into the floor, stomach in, change. Come on up using your core strength. Turn your right toes in, left toes out, other side, tilt to the left, stick your hips a little to the right and come down. Then left hand on shin, on ankle, or even fingers tented, hand in front of left foot, right arm up, 6 and 12 o'clock, look up and stretch up. I really like this posture. Like I like 26 and 2 version of triangle, but I really like this posture too. It's a great inner thigh stretch, really great for lengthening the spine. It's also a nice spine twist, arm stack 6 and 12 o'clock. Option to stay here or bend the left knee, take the left hand in between your legs, drape right hand behind you. What I'm describing in 10 seconds might take you a few years, right? Just keep that in mind. Start to walk your feet back together, shift your weight to your right foot and lift up. Point your left toes and kick. Press your hips forward, roll the shoulders back and down, open your chest. Bend the left knee again, left foot down to the floor, left toes point to the left. Straighten that right leg, undo your bind, left hand to the floor, right arm up, straighten your left leg, engage your core, change, press your left heel into the floor to come up, left toes in, both toes point forward, maybe a slightly smaller step. Arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, standing separate leg head to knee. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and you go down. Take your time, go slow. Feel each part of your spine moving, chin to chest, stomach in. You can bend your right leg, touch your forehead and knee together. Front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Stretch your fingertips beyond your big and second toe. Bring maximum weight to your front foot. Right hip up, left hip forward, 2 hips in line, never force the body. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick. Lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl. Vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last. Pick up your toes, try to pivot in one swoop 180 degrees. Whee! Uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, squeeze your right butt cheek, push your right hip forward, right shoulder forward. Big stretch up, chin to chest, slowly go down. Look towards your belly button, round, scoop, curl, tuck, concave. This is a compression posture, chin to chest, stomach in, front side compression. We're squeezing and compressing into the abdominal wall as we round and stretch the back. Push the tips of your fingers into the floor. Push your front foot into the floor for balance. Try to even out your hips, pull your abdomen in. Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest. Arms with ears, head up last. Pivot on your heels, face forward. Pivot on your heels, second set, pyramid pose, a little bit different. Turn the back toes in. Option to have your arms up, or if you'd like, bring your hands behind you. At first, maybe just hold your hands behind you. Eventually, try to push your fingertips together. Eventually, you're going to bring your hands together in prayer. If you can have your hands in prayer, slide your fingers up your spine. Rather than rounding the spine, we're going to arch our spine. Inhale, stretch up, chin away from your chest, exhale, fold. Stick your butt out, stomach to thighs, chest to knees, chin, nose to chin. This is called pyramid pose, right? You're making a pyramid shape with your body. Option to keep your hands behind you in prayer or interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lift your arms up and forward for a shoulder rinse. It will help with balance to have the majority of your body weight in your front leg. So actively pressing the right foot down, but left heel stays on the floor. If your hands are forward in that rinse, bring your hands back down to the spine in prayer, chin away from the chest, engage the core, push your right foot into the floor, change, press yourself up. Move the left hip forward as you lift. Good. Pivot on your heels. I'm going to face you for the last one. Another trick to balance. Heels are in line, but they're not perfectly crisscross, right? You're not on a tightrope. You are on a yoga mat. Use the space. Turn your back toes in. Press your right hip forward. Stretch up. Chin away from your chest. Go down. Stomach to thighs, chest to knees, chin to shin. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lift arms up and forward for a nice rinse. Breathe. If your hands are up and forward, bring your hands back into prayer on your lower back. Chin away from your chest, change. Push the front foot into the floor, press your right hip forward, head up. Good. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels. Right foot back, arms down, second to last sun salute. If you want it, it's yours for the taking. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale your up dog or cobra. Feels so good. Exhale your down dog or child's pose. Take a breath here. So we're using our Ujjayi breath. The throat is gently constricted so we can breathe slower. Remember, working on breath control. Slow inhale through the nose. Slow exhale through the nose. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with the ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, arms down. Beautiful. Come to the middle of your mat for the hip opening series. Tree pose to toe stand. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, hold on to your foot from underneath the foot. Touch your heel to your costume. Slowly, gently let your right knee drop down and back. Never force your knees. Right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand. Option to stay here or take your right arm out to the right, palm faces the wall behind you. Reach behind you and eventually clasp your right foot with your right hand. This is called a half bind. Option to stay here or bring your hands back together in prayer, look to the floor, fold forward. Toe stand, hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knees, sit down on your heel, walk your hands back, lift your chest up. Left hand and then right hand to the center of your chest. Maybe try kicking your foot forward. Eventually slide it back. I'll get there one day. Great. Maybe come a half inch off your heel. When you're ready, hands to floor, lots to play around with. You can come up on 2 feet or lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Good. Change right leg down. Shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze right thigh tight, lift your left leg up. This side might feel different from the other side. It definitely does for me. That's okay. You can bring one or both hands together. You can also try the bind on this side, taking your arm out to the left, palm faces the wall behind you, reach behind you, eventually clasping left big toe with left hand. Option to stay here or look to the floor, fold. Hands to floor, lean forward, lift your heel, sit down, walk your hands back, stretch your spine up, bring your hands together, try kicking the foot forward, sliding it back in. Maybe come a half inch off your heel, not because you have to, but because you can. Hands to floor, lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg. Option to come up on 2 feet or press your hips forward, reverse out. Good for you. Change left leg down, honor yourself, give yourself 5. Oh, nope, last sun salute. Here we go, my bad. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Can't forget this. Inhale, lengthen. This is your victory lap. Exhale, hands to floor, step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, your down dog or child's pose. Again, just practicing that Ujjayi breath. Slow inhale through the nose. Slow exhale through the nose. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root your eyes, lift up, scoop your chest up. Exhale, arms down. Great. Okay, now honor yourself. Give yourself high five, fist bump. Turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. We're on the floor for the rest of class. I'm going to adjust our camera angle accordingly. Whee! Great. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, heels together, toes fall open, arms down, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed. Breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station. Let it fill you up. So sometimes in 26 and 2 class, I will read from this book called 365 Daily Meditations for On and Off the Mat, A Year in Hot Yoga by Scott Ginsberg. And I really liked the passage from today, read it to the 12 p.m. class. So I'm going to read it to you as well, because I think especially anyone trying this, this class is like done yoga for a bit. And I think this passage is useful. So this is February 24th. Let your practice change. I've been doing yoga for many years, long enough to have watched my experience evolve. In the beginning, my practice was largely physical. The purpose was to develop a healthier relationship with my breath and body. Next, my practice became highly spiritual. The purpose was to develop an existential connection. Later, my practice became highly emotional. The purpose was to work through my feelings and problems. More recently, my practice has become highly communal. The purpose is to share my humanity with the other practitioners. Whatever your reason for practicing, there's no right or wrong. Yoga is a mirror for what's going on in your life off the mat. This question for today is, how has the arc of your yoga story evolved? The floor series begins with Pavana Muktasana when removing pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, nice tight right knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder. Completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor. Look down the center line of your body. Pull, squeeze, breathe. Change. Right leg down, bend your left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers. Pull your knee out and down, knee towards the armpit. Keep your right leg on the floor. If your right calf muscle does not naturally touch the floor, you can flex your right toes back to your face. Change. Left leg down, both legs lift up, grab your elbows each other. Give yourself a big hug for coming to class today. Squeeze your knees together and down. Keep your head on the floor. Look down the center line of your body. Breathe. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change. Arms down and eyes open. There's a pizza restaurant in my parents' neighborhood in Seattle that I like. I follow them on social media, and they have, you know, like good, like fancy pizza. And they had this whole Instagram story thing the other day about like how the process for making their pizza dough, which if you know anything about pizza dough, it's actually both a science and an art, and it takes like a lot of experimentation and then a lot of like waiting, right? You put all this effort into it, and then it has to like sit overnight, and then you bake it and you hope it comes out right. And so they shared their process, and then they said something that I loved, which was, 5 years into this or whatever, we're still figuring out what we're doing. And the person who posted it said, all I know for sure is that our pizza dough will be different this time next year. And I loved that. And I think it's so applicable to like a long-term yoga practice, right? If we're lucky enough to be around next year, all I know for sure is that my yoga practice and my relationship to yoga will be different next year. And that's not a bad thing, right? That's what we want to do, always evolving. And as Scott Ginsberg in that book points out, right, the yoga is a reflection or a mirror into what's going on in your life off of the mat as well. For the second set of these hip openers, you can do a second set of when removing pose. You can also try some other fun hip openers, starting with supine figure 4. Bend your legs so that your feet are on the floor. Keep your left foot on the floor, lift your right foot off the floor, cross your right ankle shin over your left thigh. So if you look down, your legs make a 4 shape. That's why it's called figure 4. Not very creative. From here, you're going to lift your left foot off the floor, hug your thighs in towards your abdomen. And if you'd like, interlace your fingers behind your left thigh and pull down. This is a great side seat stretch, a good hip opener. If you've ever had sciatic nerve pain, right, this posture is really good for calming and stretching out the sciatic nerve. Change, left leg down, right foot down. Keep your right foot on the floor. Cross your left ankle shin over your right thigh and lift your right foot off the floor. Interlace your 10 fingers behind your right thigh, pull down. Keep your 2 shoulders and hips on the floor. This posture is also a gateway posture into Pigeon Pose, which is an asana in Bishnu Ghosh's 84 asanas. We don't do it in this sequence, but if you're familiar with Pigeon Pose, it's called Swan Pose in Yin Yoga. If you're familiar with that hip opener, this is a really great place to start. Change, right foot down, left foot down, happy baby. Lift both feet off the floor, keep your knees bent, flex your toes back, open up your legs. See if you can grab the outsides of your feet with your hands. So I like to have elbows insides of my knees and then catch to your feet with your hands. If you can't grab your feet, grab the backs of your knees or hamstrings. And from here, you can rock right and left, back and forth, keeping the toes flexed back. Maybe as you roll to the right, you straighten the right leg and then pull back to center, roll to the left, straighten the left leg, pull back to center. We're rocking out the back, working out the hips, and then come to stop in the middle, pull down. Earlier in class in our separate leg series, we did a posture called Malasana, Garland Pose. It's a yogi squat. And if that posture felt really like difficult or inaccessible, this is a great place to start. It's the same range of motion with the hips and knees, but you're on your back rather than your feet, so there's less pressure on lower body joints. Change, arms down, legs down. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. And after that, we're going to do a whole bunch of back bends. So if you're doing the sit up today, hold at the top with your elbows to floor, forehead to knees, and just enjoy that stretch. If you have any concerns about your back today, skip the sit up, roll off to the side, meet us on your stomach. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. We're just going to hold here and breathe for a moment. Great, come on up, turn around, lie on your abdomen for the spine strengthening series. We're going to flow the next 4 postures back to back to back to back, starting with Cobra Bujangasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands on the floor below your shoulders so your elbows point up. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% spine strength. Come up halfway only. Elbows stay bent. They make an L, a 90-degree angle. Roll your shoulders back and down. Keep your neck long. Lift your chest up. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Keep your feet together. Toes, heels touch. Lock your legs. Squeeze your butt. Push your feet, hips, and hands flat into the floor. Look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up. Change, slowly lower down. Chin on your mat, look forward, arms straight position, palms face the floor. Locust Shalabhasana. Option to keep your arms out to the side or bring your arms underneath you. One day pinky fingers touch. Lock your right leg, point your right toes and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot coming over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe back, lengthen and lift up. Change, right leg down. Relax right leg, lock left leg, point left toes, and lift your left leg up. Sole of left foot should be flat to the ceiling. So hip pointing down, foot pointing up, lock your left leg, lift it up. Change, left leg down. You know what comes next. Locust, chin in, mouth down, bring your arms lift closer underneath you, spread your fingers wide. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, roll forward and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up. You can do it, struggle a little harder, don't give up. Mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up, change, slowly lower down. Bring your arms out perpendicular to the body for full locust, Shalabhasana. Let's take a moment here just to reset and breathe. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. That moment was fleeting. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor, just your hips on the floor. The rest of your body's in the air. So in Cobra, we lifted the chest. In Locust, we lifted the legs. And now in full Locust, we're lifting the chest and legs at once. Sometimes it's a little bit easier to see how the postures interact when we flow them together. Keep your knees and feet together, lock your legs, very nice. Squeeze your butt, point your toes, thighs up, chin up, chest up, arms back, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change slowly, lower down. Dhanurasana, floor bow. Chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes. So in this last spine strengthening posture, we connect the hands and feet together for a deeper back bend and shoulder opener. Point your toes, squeeze your glutes, look up to the ceiling and start to kick into your hands. Good, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. At first, the shoulders are down. Eventually, the shoulders roll back and open. Squeeze your butt, kick from your glutes, kick from your hamstrings, kick from your calves, point your toes, look up to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Change slowly with control. Lower down, good for you. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your nose. Gently lift your head and look to the other side of your mat, left ear on your mat, pardon me, right ear on your mat. Send deep belly breaths in and out through your nose to massage the front of your body. Breathe deep into any point of tension. Let the floor hold you up. In the second set of these back bends, you can do the spine strengthening series again. You can also join me in what's called the full series, which are just more like full versions of the back bend. So for Cobra, you're going to bring your chin forward, place your hands on the floor below your shoulders. This time, open up your feet to about mat width distance and walk your hands back 4 more inches so that your thumbs are in line with your lower ribs. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push your hands down and lift up. Option 1 is to stay here with your feet on the floor, pressing the palms into the floor, feeling your triceps engage. Option 2 is to straighten your arms into a deeper back bend. When we straighten the arms, the hips often come off the floor and the shoulders sink into the ears. Can you press your pelvis down and keep the shoulders out of the ears? From here, you can stay here or drop your head back. And from here, you can stay here or squeeze your butt, point your toes, bend your knees, and eventually feet and head touch. Good. If you're bending the knees, bring the feet back down to the floor, bend your elbows, slowly roll down. Chin forward. Locust Shalabhasana, arm straight position, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you, and for a moment, tuck your toes under, lock your legs, and then press your big toes back so that you feel your body slide forward. I almost like to think of my arms as like train tracks, and you're sliding your body forward on the tracks. This is the momentum that you're going to use in the second set of this posture. From here, keep your toes tucked under, bend your knees, try to bring your knees towards your fingertips. Shoulders on the floor. You'll notice I can talk normally. The weight is not in my throat, the weight is in my shoulders. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. Now you can really feel the weight in the upper body. Option to stay here or keep the left toes tucked under. Straighten the left leg so both legs are straight. Bend the left knee down, right foot down, change. Other side, bend your right knee. Lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Option to stay here or straighten the right leg, really feeling the weight in the shoulders and chest. Bend the right knee down, change, left foot down. Third part, couple options. You can, especially if you have concerns about your neck today, bring your chin in so your neck is long, mouth is on your mat, bring your arms a little closer. And if you'd like, try lifting both legs up with straight legs, and you might notice that you can lift up higher. You can also try keeping your chin forward, working into more cervical spine, neck spine flexibility. And you can also try kicking all the way up to the ceiling. So one day your feet come over your shoulders, which is fun. Either way, go for what works for you today. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, roll forward, and lift both legs up. Change, slowly lower down. I did not execute the slowly lower down part well today, that's okay. Bring your chin forward, full locust, Pranayama Shalabhasana. Full locust, when we do like in the full series, it just becomes a version of full Cobra without the use of your arms. So you're going to use the arms like you do in Locust Pose, but to lift all the way back and eventually grab your knees. We're going to start by making our arms at a Y rather than a T like the YMCA. You're going to keep your feet on the floor, and we're just going to practice using our back strength to clap up towards the ceiling. So I'll show you, and then we can practice it together. You're going to keep your feet on the floor, clap up, lower down. Let's try that again. You're going to keep your feet on the floor, and you're going to lift your chest, clap up, and lower down. Good. Okay. Now, if you'd like, we can try going all the way back and eventually catch your knees with your hands, just for fun, right? It's all just for fun. There's also a very small chance that I'm going to run into the electrical wires that control my internet. So if we lose internet here, that is why I'll meet you back in a minute. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Okay, lock your legs, point your toes, clap up. Go back, grab your knees. If you've got a grip on your knees, then bend your knees, feet to toes. Feet back down to the floor, hands together, change, slowly unwind. Dhanurasana floor bow. Bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with index fingers, Or if you'd like, walk your hands inside, more like the standing bow grip, and place your thumb between your big and second toe. For full floor bow, this goes into a little bit more of a shoulder rotation. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up and kick. Ooh, I ate too close to class. I can feel this. Option to stay here, or if you have the grip on the insides of your feet, try the shoulder rotation. Bring your left elbow out and forward, right elbow out and forward, drop your head, one day head and toes touch. If you were in full bow, you're going to release your left foot from your left hand, look forward, left hand down to the floor, release right foot from right hand, look forward, right hand down to the floor, and change. Slowly lower down, look to your right, left ear on your mat, breathe. And then lift your head, look to your left, right ear on your mat. Sometimes when we do those back bends, you might feel a cramp specifically in your calf, hamstring, or glute. When you feel a cramp in the lower body, it's because nerves in your spine are waking up. We tend to kind of hunch forward or slouch forward. And when we do deep back bends like that, some nerves that often don't get a lot of play can start to wake up, and you'll feel that in the lower body rather than the back. So if you ever get a cramp in a back bend in your leg, you didn't do anything wrong. It's just a sign that like your body's starting to wake up, including the nervous system, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up. Come to the top of your mat. We're going to flow the fixed firm series the way that we flowed the spine strengthening series. Start knees, feet together. Open your feet. You can also open your knees, but eventually knees stay together. Start to sink your hips down, walk your hands back, fixed firm Supta Vajrasana. If you can sit between your heels and you're not in pain, put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, left elbow down, head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows, each other, and hold. A little bit goes a long way. You want a gentle stretch through the lower body, never a point of pain. This posture and the next three are what's called the fixed firm series, because the lower body from the toes to the knees is firmly fixed onto the floor. And you're going to see how these postures interact with each other. So in this one, feet are apart, maybe knees are apart, maybe knees are together, and we're doing a back bend. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up. Now bring knees and feet together, and we're going to do a forward fold flat back posture, half tortoise. Arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up and go down. So you can start to see how these postures interact with one another. Oh, I feel that. Forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, stretch, stretch, stretch. So especially after all those back bends on our abdomen and then the fixed firm posture right here, we're really lengthening through the spine, stretching out the shoulders, the hips, the neck. This is knees and feet together with a flat back. Change, come on up, arms with your ears. Now lift your hips, open your knees and feet again, and this time place your hands on your lower back. So now knees and feet are apart, and we're going to do a back bend, Camel Lustrasana. Keep your hands on your lower back. Press your hips forward, lift your nose and chin, and if it feels good, let your head drop back. Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here or right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel, thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Remember that you can keep your hands on your back as well. Change, put your hands on your back, press yourself up. Last one in the sequence, we bring knees and feet back together. Sit down on your heels and we're going to round our spine. Grab it, Sasangasana, grab your heels from the outside, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Slowly with control, forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Option to stay here, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, lock your arms, lift your shoulders, suck your stomach in, round your spine. Good, bring your hips down, change, slowly uncurl, head up last. Very nice, turn around, Savasana. In the second set, I'll offer some variations for the postures. Remember that they are all optional. You can always do second set like first set. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. We're going to enjoy this stretch as well. Take a moment here, elbows to floor, forehead to knees, just enjoy the stretch. Great, and then turn, come to the middle of your mat, second set. Grab a quick sip of water. Okay, second set, fixed firm, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Open your feet, sit down between your heels. Remember that knees can separate, but eventually knees together. Option to stay here or put palms to soles, left elbow down, what? Right elbow down, head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab other elbow on top. For those of you with healthy knees, you go into this posture pretty much every time, you don't feel much, right? For those of you who always go in, knees are on the floor, knees feel good, we can practice getting a deeper quadricep muscle stretch here, only if you want. So to do that, you're gonna keep your knees on the floor, squeeze your butt and lift your hips up so your butt comes off the floor. And now you'll really feel the kneecap and quad stretch, lower down. If that didn't feel right, don't do it. If it felt interesting, let's try it again. Squeeze your tush, lift your hips and pelvis up. Lower down. Last one, engage your gluteal muscles, lift your butt up and lower down. Good. Bring your hands to your feet, press yourself up. Great. Come to the middle of your mat. Open your knees this time and bring your feet together. So feet together, knees apart for wide-legged child's pose. This time, rather than palms together, you're going to put your hands on the floor and walk yourself forward, palms to floor, arms about shoulder width distance, forehead to floor. So in half tortoise, the knees and feet are together, the palms are together. It's a bit more emphasis on shoulder opening here, forehead to floor, but palms face the floor. So the arms are a little bit more passive, but you might feel more of an inner thigh and hip stretch. Re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Look forward, walk your hands in. Keep your knees apart and your big toes together. Lift your hips up. In the second set of camel, you can try full camel the same way that we did like full cobra, full bow. There's also a full camel pose. Ooh, my calf is cramping, just like I told you. Okay, how prophetic. For full camel, we'll do some warm-ups first, and I'm gonna adjust my camera angle a little bit here. Okay, great. So bringing your hands together at heart center, you're gonna look up towards the ceiling and try to high five the ceiling with your right hand, and then your left hand, and then both hands like you're raising the roof. So we're just starting to open up our shoulders. From here, you're going to relax your head back, and now you're going to try and high five the wall behind you. Look back, right hand back, left hand back, both hands up like you're playing patty cakes with the back wall. And basically, eventually, you could almost walk your hands down the wall and eventually touch the floor with your fingertips. We'll try it here, playing patty cakes with the back wall, right hand back, left hand back, both hands back, patty cake, baker's man. If it feels good, go back all the way. Hands to floor. If your palms touch the floor, fingers towards you, wrists away from you. If you got your hands to the floor, try bending the elbows, head to floor, eventually head to toes. Eventually grab your big toes, or eventually even grab your heels. Eventually elbows together. Eventually grab your knees. Sky's the limit. What the body can, what the mind can perceive, the body can achieve. What the mind can perceive, the body can achieve. If you are in full camel, put your hands back on the floor, straighten your arms. You can either put your hands on your back and press yourself up, or a traditional way, you're going to squeeze your butt a whole bunch, bring your hands together, press your hips forward, lift your chest to come up. Good. Okay, bring your knees, feet back together, hips on your heels, arms down. Option to do a second set of rabbit pose. You can also join me on your back for some shoulder stand inversion action if you'd like. If you want to try shoulder stand, once you're in the posture, you don't want to look around, so you're always welcome to watch me first. Make sure that there is some room behind your head, because your feet are eventually going to flip behind your head. Okay. Bend your knees, feet on the floor, walk your hands in underneath you so that your palms face the floor. Lift your feet up perpendicular to the floor. And the idea here is you're going to push down through your arms, like your hands and your shoulders, and start to rock up and down so that your butt starts to come off your hands. And when you think you've got a good rock, keep rolling. Lift your hips all the way up, hips over shoulders,
Eventually, feet touch the floor behind your head. This is called plow pose. Now, if your feet are touching the floor behind your head, and that might take a while, go to ear pressure pose. Bend your knees, so eventually your knees put pressure on the outside of your ears like little earmuffs. That's why it's called ear pressure pose. And if your feet are still on the floor, you can try grabbing your heels and pulling down. And now it's an awful lot like rabbit, but you're on your neck rather than your shins. If you were in ear pressure pose with your hands on your feet, release that grip, bring your hands down to the floor, straighten your legs. If you're in plow pose, bend your arms so that your hands are on your back, and we're going to take this into shoulder stand. Squeeze your butt, press your hips forward, lift your feet up towards the ceiling, keep your chin to your chest. You want to move the hips forward, so eventually ankles, knees, hips, and shoulders in line. If you're in shoulder stand and you have lotus pose, right, you can bring your feet into lotus and try folding your lotus or lifting it up. So there's lots of options in shoulder stand. Okay, from shoulder stand, we're gonna go back into plow. So lower the feet back over your head, feet to the floor, hands back down to the floor, palms to the floor. Core challenge, I want you to try and roll out every vertebrae, like one vertebrae at a time. So palms to the floor, chin to chest, head on the floor, slowly roll out, go slow. Once your hips touch the floor, keep your legs locked and lower your feet down. My feet are gonna hit the couch, but you get what I mean, eventually feet to floor. Okay, if you did all of that fun stuff, we're gonna take a counter stretch called fish pose. Keep your hands underneath your butt, palms face down, bend your elbows, drop your head back. So the idea here is in shoulder stand, we really tucked our chin to our chest. So now we always want to release that energy by doing a little back bend. If you're in fish pose, lift your head, tuck your chin back to your chest, bring your arms out, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Good for you. Okay, legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Wonderful. We're going to do head to knee stretching, spine twist all together. First set normal, right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L as in legs. So the hips are at a 90-degree angle. Inhale, arms up, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, chin to chest, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing under the ball of your foot. Bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, two shoulders in line. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, two legs make an L, a 90-degree angle, stretch up. Turn to your left, chin to chest, touch your forehead to your knee. You can always bend your left leg to bring the knee and head together, eventually leg straight, eventually leg locked, elbows down, stomach in, right elbow down, right shoulder down, roll into the right. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you are skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down, let your spine realign and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching. Lift your chin and chest, look forward, bend your knees if you need to, hook onto big toes with middle and index fingers, thumbs on top, scoot your butt back. In stretching pose, rather than rounding the spine, we want to stretch and arch the spine. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. If your legs are straight, stick your butt out even more. Lock your legs, puff up your chest, fold, stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees, stretch, one day toes and head touch. Change, stay seated. We're going to go into our spine twist. Option to keep your left leg straight and cross right heel over left knee, or bend the left leg, touch right heel to left knee. Right hand close behind you, almost at the base of your spine. Left arm up, bend over, grab your left knee with your left hand. You can also grab your mat. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you or reach behind you. Catch your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Drop the shoulders, lift the chest, look back, twist and twist and twist. Change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on the floor, left heel to right knee, left hand close behind you, right arm up, bend over, make a circle, grab your right knee with your right hand. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back. Keep your left foot down, right knee down, point your right toes. Evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. If you can balance here, reach behind you, catch your right thigh with your left hand for a bind. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull abdomen in, look back, twist, twist, twist. Change, unwind. Great, turn, lie down, Savasana. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up.
Great, turn, come to the middle of your mat. Second set, we'll take some optional variations. Right leg out, left leg in, this time legs wider than a 90-degree angle. So now you get an inner thigh stretch. Take your right hand outside of right thigh and reach your left arm long overhead. So rather than compressing the abdomen, you're stretching the side body. Option to stay here or keep coming down, flex your toes back, and eventually see if you can catch your right foot with one or even both hands. Roll the left rib cage back, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Good, slowly come up, kick your left leg out, right leg in. Again, the legs can be wider than 90 degrees. Take your left arm out to the left, reach your right arm overhead. Nice side body stretch. Option to stay here or keep coming down. Keep your right butt cheek down, right knee down. Flex your left toes back. Catch your left foot with one or both hands. Breathe. Good, come on up. Keep your left leg kicked out. Kick your right leg out, flex your toes back, stick your butt out a little bit. Rather than rounding the spine, puff up your chest, fold forward. Maybe hands to floor. Maybe elbows to floor. Maybe chest to floor. A little bit goes a long way. Inhale. Exhale through your nose, fold. Good. Place your hands on the floor, walk yourself back up. Spine twist, 3 options. Bring your feet together. Option 1, keep your left leg straight. Cross your right ankle over your left thigh. This is half lotus. We do a standing version of this, which we called tree pose earlier in class. Option 2, lotus pose. Cross your left foot on top of your right foot. And your lotus can be a lot looser than mine are, right? Like at first the feet are barely together. You know, my lighting is not great for this. Eventually tight lotus. Option 3, sit crisscross applesauce. Eventually you're gonna do this without your hands. Yeah. Okay. From here, take your right hand close behind you, left arm up, take left hand to right knee, inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist. You can keep your right hand behind you or reach behind you, eventually grab your right big toe with your right hand for a half bind, inhale, stretch up, exhale, pull abdomen into twist, look back, twist and twist and twist. Change, unwind. If you're in lotus pose, stay here. In pretty much every lineage of yoga, the right foot is on bottom, left foot is on top. If you're in half lotus, let's work out both hips and knees. Cross the left foot on top. And if you are sitting crisscross applesauce, do the most uncomfortable thing in the world and switch the legs, other foot on top. Okay, from here, left hand behind you, right arm up, right hand to left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pull abdomen in, look over left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you for your waistband, or even grab your left big toe with your left hand. Drop the shoulders, lift the chest, feel each and every vertebrae twisting. Inhale, stretch up, exhale, look back, twist. Good, unwind. If you're in lotus pose and you'd like to take bound lotus, take your right arm out to the right, palm faces the wall behind you, reach behind you, catch right big toe with right hand, take left arm out, palm faces the wall behind you, reach behind you, catch left big toe with left hand, and now you are in bound lotus. All of the elements to this posture we do in 26 and 2 yoga, right? The half bind in our spine twist, the half lotus in our tree pose, right? All leads here. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. So 26 and 2 yoga takes a lot of different elements of yoga, including advanced asanas, and just breaks them down into more palatable motions. But as you start to add them up, right, then all of a sudden you can do some cool stuff. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. 26 and 2, really good fundamental yoga class. Fundamentals. Come to the middle of your mat, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Hands on your thighs. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times. Kapalabhati breathing, exhale through your mouth. Sit up tall, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in 26 and 2 yoga, Bikram calls that breathing exercise Kapalabhati breathing, but in pretty much every other style of yoga, Kapalabhati breathing is done through the nose. So a second set, if you'd like, you can try rapidly exhaling through your nose as you pull your abdomen in. When the stomach relaxes, the lungs will automatically take in air. I think when I do it through my nose, it's more subtle, but I can also really feel my lungs contracting more. Sit up tall, swallow a couple times, lubricate your throat. Inhale through your nose and begin.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five, pat on the back, turn around, Savasana, close your eyes, open your arms and legs. And take a nice slow breath in through the nose and out through the nose. I know we're practicing live, but this is also being recorded. And if you were, watching this on YouTube at a later date, right, this class was recorded on the same day that Russia invaded the Ukraine. And I, in the course of the last 12 years, I've had the honor of practicing yoga during an insurrection, during war, during Brett Kavanaugh hearings. And I've also had the honor of practicing yoga through birthdays, weddings, babies being born, right? This yoga is truly there for you at the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, and all of the days in between. But what really matters is that regardless of the circumstance, you showed up for yourself, not just on the good days, not just on the bad days, right? But on every day that you could make it here. You showed up for yourself. You moved your body, you breathed. Maybe you tried something new. Maybe you eased off when something didn't feel right. And now you're here in final Savasana. This is a gift that you have given yourself, and nobody can take that away from you. So good for you for practicing yoga today. Breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, and all is coming.